Hi, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden. This is something I love to do, is like dissecting business and really honing in on it. And today I got two massive pieces of the puzzle. I got one over here, I got one over here. So today is very much all right, we're going to get right into this. I have done two videos already that break down the early steps. There is an order of operation that you are supposed to have with your life and with your business. Your business step-by-step order of operations is a core component that sits right into your life when you hit the fifth perspective. So you have your life journey. And you've got your first perspective, your second perspective, your third, your fourth, your fifth. As soon as you hit that fifth perspective, that's going to immediately set down this next piece. And that piece is your order of operations for building your business. Ideally, what we want is to have you ready to go by the time you hit that fifth ethic. We want to nurture you in preparation for that fifth ethic. Now, if you never get to the fifth ethic, that's okay. Let's just play it out. Let's just play it out. If you never get to the fifth ethic, the information that you learn from that segment of your life is still precisely where you need to be to live happy and be prosperous. So at the fifth ethic, we've learned the ethic self-government, which is why fifth ethics cannot be governed. They cannot handle a manager. They cannot handle somebody telling them what to do. They want to be treated like accountable adults because that is what they are. And they are actually in the process of learning the ethic accountability. And by the time they get to the sixth ethic, they have also learned equal footing. So as soon as you hit that fifth ethic, you're done for in the 9-to-5 job. So you have about one perspective left before you are completely done. A sixth ethic cannot function healthily in a 9-to-5 job. They cannot, which is where we see a lot of sixth ethical perspectives really struggling with mental illness, is because they are a sixth perspective and they did not get the preparations they required to get that job launched at the fifth ethical perspective. Most sixth ethical perspectives, no matter what, will quit their job and they will just figure it out. This is something I want to prevent in the future. This is one of my huge goals, is to get people prepared for the fifth. And this is it right here. We want to prepare you for the fifth, and then we want to transition you gently from fifth to sixth, so that by the time you hit the fifth ethical perspective, all we have to do is transition you very gently from where you are over into the business model that you want, and it's already set up and good to go. And then by the sixth ethic, you are absolutely completely stable and ready to go. So that's what we're looking at for the sixth. And then you're fine for the rest of your life. So that is the agenda. Now, in order to do this smoothly and properly, you're going to need the order of operations, and you're going to need the theory, which is everything we have. Now, the formula that I have, I've compared it to Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. I compared my formula to Steve Jobs, and I compared it to Lamborghini. This is the real shit. This is how it's done. 4 data points. 4 data points. Reverse engineered my method, and then I've got Steve Jobs. I threw in Pixar just because. I've got Lamborghini, and I've got Robert Kiyosaki. I have data points, and they are absolutely consistent because they're right. And 4 of them are really rich. So all of them are ethical, all of them are organic, and all of them are authentic. So this is how it's done. We absolutely want to return you to your life stream. Your life stream is where all of this takes place. You cannot leave your life stream. That is vital. If you leave your life stream, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Now, the problem that we have with the narcissistic business model, which is the traditional business model, which is the alternative, is that it pulls you out of your life stream and it is unethical. So our goal is to get you back into your life stream. Now, all the other ones that I just mentioned, Steve Jobs, Robert Kiyosaki, Lamborghini, and Pixar, they do honor and nourish the life stream. So we're going to be walking you through how to do that, not in this video, but through the whole course. So you really want to nourish and define your life stream. Now, when you go through the first part of this, so your first part is going to be preparation of the self. The next part is actually going to be business sculpting, where you're actually going to put the business together. And then you're going to turn the engine on. And that's really it right there. Now, you're also going to have your network, which should be with you your entire life. Your network should start off with you right in the beginning of life. The sooner you get your network, the better. Your network consists of 3 types of people. You're going to have your past self people, and those people are going to fall off as you progress. Not all of them are going to come with you. The next kind of people are your present self people. These are people who might fall off, maybe, maybe not. The next kind of people are your future self people. Your future self people are the people in your network who you are aspiring to become. These are your role models. So your future self people are your role models. Now, your past self, you are the role model to the past self people. You are their role model. So it's up to them to keep you in their life. It's up to you to keep your role model in your life. Your present self people are the ones who are aligned to you no matter what, and you're just going to the same place, and you guys are sharing and swapping baseball cards and resources and marbles. That's your BFF. And when they have a hard time, you pick them up, and when they have a hard time, you pick them up, and you're just kind of like doing a whole Forrest Gump and a Bubba thing in the forest. That's your present self. You are the ones who are dealing with the exact same problems. Now, all 3 of you guys, your past self, your present self, your future self, share the same ethical integrity. You all share the same vision. You all have the same cause, and you all have the same mission. Some of these things are going to be the same. Some of these things are going to be different. That's up to you. But your cause really needs to be core for all of them. And then as you progress, because you're all going to the same place, which is the same vision, mission, ethical agenda, and cause, you're all pretty much going to stay on the same life stream. So you're all going to be able to interact and move together with each other, staying on the same life stream. So as you progress and you go forward, you really don't have to go anywhere. Your network is actually going to come with you. And what you're going to want to do is absolutely address the business owner first. That's you. You want to make sure that your mental health is absolutely solid. Now, a couple things to look for is mental blocks. Mental blocks is actually your subconscious mind. It's your intuition telling you you're going the wrong way. You need to go this direction. Listen to that. When you do or don't want something, that is your identity navigating you. So want navigates. Mental blocks are ethical blocks. That's your ethical dilemma kicking in. That's what that is. So you want to pay attention to mental blocks, and you want to pay attention to what you do and don't want. So your want is your dream, your vision. Your mental blocks are a huge red flag to say that doesn't match to your ethics. Now, you can dissect the why, or you can leave it alone and just listen and trust and just go your own way. It depends on what type of a learner you are. I have to know why, so I'm the kind of person who has to tear it apart. And that doesn't mean good or bad. That just is the way a person is. Now, when you have something simple, I'm going to use me as an example here, is I have a problem with scheduling calls. I have a real big problem with this. I have a really big problem with having a scheduler. I have tried so many times to get a scheduler and I just can't do it. I have a mental block. Now, I have analyzed why. And I realized the reason why I have a mental block is because I don't want to. It is not in my life stream. Because it is not in my life stream, I am not, it's a violation of myself to have a scheduler. I am more of a, let's wing it. Let's throw this together. Let's improvise it. Let's see who comes my way. I am more of a first come, first serve type of a person. And I am huge on, we're going to schedule 3 days out and that's it. And I'm only going to make plans for the next 3 days out. And I'm not going to go beyond that. I will never, ever make a plan for more than 3 days out. And with a scheduler, you're making plans out for months in advance. And for me, that just doesn't work. That is not at all how I want to do business. I like to keep my appointment book clear. In addition is when I do have something huge that comes up, I want to make sure that I have the calendar space to fit that in. And if I've got things booked out 2 months in advance, I'm going to have to tell this really important thing, yeah, I can't meet you for another 2 to 3 months. But when it's something really important, now I've got to cancel on somebody else. And that's not ethically okay with me. That is not ethically okay with me. Now I'm violating my own ethics. So now I've got this mental block that says you can't have a scheduler. You can't do a scheduler. Nope, I can't, can I? Now I have to make sure that I figure this out before I go pursuing this. So instead of fighting it or pursuing it, you listen to that mental block and you allow it to navigate you. You're supposed to be moldable, flexible, to allow for your want or your identity navigation, and also for your mental blockage to make sure that when something comes up, you're just not supposed to do it. Another flip side of a problem I've had is I don't do newsletters. I really struggle with newsletters. If it has anything to do with my email, I don't want it. I don't like it. That's not the kind of person I am. I don't like emails coming to my email. It's annoying. It is a convenient thing for, I have purchased something on Amazon. Could you please just send me my tracking number? If it's not a tracking number, I'm not going to bother with it in my inbox. So why would I send out inboxes to my people? I am not an email type of a person. So I'm looking at this whole setup going, all right, what is a good way for me? Now, what we hear a lot of push out there from people is, well, you want to make sure that you're connected. Now just let's talk about connection. What you want to do for your network is you want to be available. You want to be visible. Most important, you want them to sample you. I love using the food industry because the food industry figured this shit out a long time ago. They are the only business in the world who has got business figured out. I'm going to show you how food is different from everybody else. When you walk past a restaurant in the mall and they've got somebody standing out there and they're handing you free food, sample their free food, there's no sales. There's no shove it in your face screaming down at you to buy. They're handing you free food. It's called a sample. It's called a sample. It's called, this is the man behind my curtain. It is literally showing the merchandise. It's called a demonstration. It's that easy. It's that simple. There's no one doing any sales. They don't need sales. I can put food in my own mouth. Thank you. Now, the other side of all of that is marketing. I love talking about marketing. I'm going to use Nike as an example. Nike does not tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Nike shows you its purpose. What is it for? This is important. This is really important. Your marketing should only ever be about what is your purpose. You never need anything more than that. That's what advertising is for. Your marketing is, what is your purpose? Why do you do what you do? That is what your marketing is for. That's all Nike's marketing was ever for. Just do it. So now you're looking at your visibility and you want your availability. You want to make sure that you are accessible and visible. That is the purpose. That's really what we're going for here. Because I sell business to business, I'm on LinkedIn. That's where everybody is. So I'm on LinkedIn. And because I'm on LinkedIn, where all my people are, that's where I hang out. So my goal now is I'm available. So there's the DMs right there. I'm available. DM me. That's how you can get a hold of me. I am right there available. The visibility. I use hashtags. I use my newsletters on LinkedIn, which is compatible with my live stream because I'm a writer. So there I am writing articles all day, and that's what I do. And in addition to that, it also allows me to make relevant content and relatable content to you. So now I've got this awesome tool where I'm on LinkedIn, which is absolutely in my live stream. I'm doing what I love to do, which is writing, which is in my live stream. I'm allowing it to be visible. I'm available. I'm going to show you something. I am writing one article and I have hit 5 points. One article makes me available, makes me visible, provides a sample of my work, markets for me, and I'm on LinkedIn. One article does 5 things. Poor business practice does 10 things to do 5 things. This is what we call working wise. You've heard working hard. There's working smart, and then there's working wise. Working wise is integrated work. It's new. Integrated work plus strategic deliberation is equal to low to no energy cost, which leads to strategic solutions. I do not use the word sales. I use the word strategic solutions, which emphasizes problem solving with an absolute deliberate purpose. We do nothing on a whim here. It is absolute with deliberation and with purpose. Deliberate purpose. So this allows people to absolutely see what it is without any of the bells and whistles. It's 100% available. So when you are building your live stream, this is what it is it's knowing what goes in your live stream. So before you can even touch a business, you have to know what your live stream is. Before you can even build a network, you need to know what your live stream is. Your live stream is what you want, who you are, what you love, what your dream is, what your purpose is, where you're going. This is all about the self and existentialism. Now, I have a lot of exercises in my Build a Business workshop where it goes into all of this. And I have those resources available on my website. So you can go through and you can literally strategically find everything you need to walk you through the preliminary process of getting you to this point. But before you even start this, before you even start building a business, it's really important to start cultivating the mindset. You want your role model as quickly as possible. The sooner you find your role model, the sooner you can start really honing that in. Now, a role model can be a future version of yourself. It can be an accumulation of all the characteristics you wish you had. It can be an ideal fictional or real person, so long as you can look at them and say, I want to be this person when I grow up. You can have more than one. These are the people who inspire you, so that when you are ready to make a decision, you can ask the question, what would this person do? Mine was Booker T. Washington for a while. Mine was Gandhi. Mine was Mother Teresa. Now I've moved on. More like I integrated them into the next level. I've added Steve Jobs to that. So I am Steve Jobs meets Mother Teresa meets Booker T. Washington. You get the idea. And you just keep adding and compiling. Now I've got 2 living examples who I keep in my LinkedIn feed, where every time they post something, it's this is who you're looking to be. This is who you're aspiring. Their ethics match mine. Their strategies match mine. Their outlook matches mine. And they practice the same stuff I practice, which is role model visibility and positive ethical leadership. So I have somebody who sits there and just constant reminder of this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Focus, determination, vision. These are powerful. These are the most powerful resources you are going to have. Focus, determination, and vision. Absolutely. Your focus, your ability to discipline, your focus is all about mental discipline. Your determination is your willpower and it's your resolve. It is your ability to endure and persevere. They are my favorite words. Persevere and endure. That is determination, perseverance, endurance, and resolve. When you add that with focus, oh, you're going places, but you're going to need a destination, which is your vision. So you want this gorgeous, powerful formula of focus, determination, which is preserve, endure, resolve, combined with vision. But if you don't have vision, the rest is useless. You're going to drift. The vision is literally that zeroed in focal point. So you're going to want that focal point right on your vision, and then you're going to want to fuel it with that determination. So that is exactly what you want to plug into all of this. Now, going back to your starting point with your point of origin, when you're building this concept, you're going to ask yourself two things. What do you want to be good at? What do you want to be good at? When you walk in with that question, now you can strategically collect the skills that you need to focus on. Skill building is a bane for many people. So we're going to take a moment now. We're going to hone right in on skill building. Skill building is a trade. It is literally your trade school. You have to play the game in order to build your skills. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no exception. The problem is a lot of people do not recognize when they are skill building. One of my favorite examples is if I sit you in a classroom and I have you sit there and you watch somebody stand over you, lecture down at you while they monologue, you are learning the skill of standing over somebody, lecturing down on them while they monologue. That is the skill you have learned. If you have sat there and read a book day after day on instruction manuals, well, what skills you have learned is reading a book to follow dry instructions. That's what you've learned. If you have learned flashcards where you're just reading material over and over again for memorization, well, you have learned the skill memorization. So now, are those viable skills? Reading a book for dry instruction, not putting them into actual action, memorization, standing over somebody while you condescend and you lecture them in a monologue. That's what schools teach us. You are not playing the game. You're not even benched. You are locked in a closet. There's no learning how to play the game from inside a closet. So we need to get you in the game. You're going to have two options. You're going to be benched, and then you're going to play the game. And then you're going to be benched, and then you're going to play the game. Now, when you're benched, you should be watching the game. This is when you watch a master. Now, here's the other thing, is you are only going to learn the skill level based off of who you're learning from. So if you have an apprentice that you're watching, you're going to learn apprentice mistakes. If you have a tradesman that you are watching, then you are going to learn tradesman mistakes. But if you are watching a master, you are going to learn master mistakes. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, a tradesman is a glorified apprentice. They have no idea what they're doing because they're not a master yet. A master knows what they're doing because they can reverse engineer their intuition and translate it into a minute speech for you so that you understand what they're doing. That's a master. Our educational system does not provide masters for people. I was really rare and fortunate that I had 7. I don't know how Mother Nature blessed me. I ended up with 7 masters when I was a child. So I know the difference between a master and anybody else. You really want the master because the master is refined. The master has refined their skills. They have refined them so much that they are proficient with the least amount of waste. The difference is, imagine you're trying to learn how to cook and you have a dishwasher teaching you how to cook. Now imagine you're learning how to cook. So you're having the busboy teach you how to cook. Now imagine you have Chef Ramsay teaching you how to cook. What do you want to learn from? The dishwasher, that's your apprentice. The busboy, that's your tradesman. Or Chef Ramsay. Quality. So when you choose a master, you're learning how to do. So when you are benched, you want to be watching the master. Now your brain, your mimic, mirror, repetition response is just going to do that. Then you're going to be told to play the game. So you're going to end up mimicking. You're end up going to be mimicking and mirroring what Chef Ramsay did. You don't want to mimic and mirror the dishwasher. You want to mimic and mirror the master, which means you're going to have to be in the game, which is literal code for getting your butt in a kitchen and cooking, not reading a book in a classroom. So this is where things get difficult because I'm not literally in your life. I'm in a video. So you are going to have to take initiative, which is actually a skill you need to learn, and apply it to your life. So there are two types of skills. There are mental skills, and then there are physical skills. Playing a piano is a physical skill. There's a lot of things happening inside the mind mentally when you play the piano. You have at least 12 skills happening simultaneously. That is called mental diversification. When you play the piano, you are learning 12 different mental skills at the same time. When you are having a discussion or a dialogue, not listening to a monologue, when you are having a discussion and a dialogue, your mind is literally using mental diversification to have 8 different skills happening at the same time, which is why you need to be discussing things. So you're going to want to be using discussion. You're going to want to have someone to talk to. You're going to want to have in real life, your life stream to practice these skills. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do it because I'm going to want to assign you skills and you're going to have to find ways to apply the skills I assign you into real life. And that's going to be the challenge and it's supposed to be, this is the skill. Now your job, your homework is to find a way to use that skill in your life stream. So if I say to you, you want to learn how to do mathematical repetition, or let's do mathematical sequencing, let's do pattern recognition. So now you are going to be, whatever it is you're doing in your life, and only you can define this, you're going to be looking for pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is absolutely a vital skill. Look for patterns. Notice them. Notice them in your routines. Look for frequency and absolutely look for common denominators. You want common denominators and you want frequency. That is pattern recognition. When you look for those two things, your brain starts to train mathematically. Now, if you are playing an instrument, well, you're done. You're good. You're there. There you go. This is why music is so important, is because when you practice any kind of music, you are actually training your brain to do pattern recognition. I have a cat. It decided at this particular moment to grab its popcorn ball and just run around the house like crazy. And he just ran off again without the popcorn ball. And the popcorn ball is like this big. It's a yellow ball, and he's like running around, and he's a black cat. So it's a black cat with this yellow ball in his face. It's so funny. And he's all poofy and fuzz now. And it's like, dude. Oh. And he just attacked my chair and he ran off. And love the insanity of cats. It's great. It's like, ah, and then he runs. So when you do anything with music, you are absolutely looking for pattern recognition. And when you are, that's literally problem solving right there. That's where you're getting into all of this, is you're starting to open the door for problem solving. So pattern recognition, common denominators is huge. And it's looking for this stuff in your life. Absolutely looking for it. The other thing we're going to be covering is perspective jumping. Story hopping is big. And this is where we're going to be working on how to zoom in, zoom out with your RAS, and teaching you how to open and close your mind filter. That's the stuff that we're going to be covering. So thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.